just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time, you know? And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job. You know, provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
Time blindness.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, is this an actual thing? Because I don't want to judge and jump to conclusion if it is a real thing. So I googled it, and it says time blindness refers to the inability to recognize when time has passed or to estimate how long something will take. Dr. Manos says that time blindness isn't a diagnosis or a specific symptom. It's more just a general way of talking about the phenomenon of losing track of time.
So basically irresponsible people.
But that's the first thing that comes up. So I was actually still looking at it.
I'm sorry, but if you are employed to work at 9 a.m. and you struggle to get out of bed, go to bed earlier. If you have to be at work for 6 p.m., and you're doing something, finish it earlier.
But then have a look, because I would rather you research it properly before I judge.
This isn't a thing.
It isn't, yeah.
It's not a thing. This is just this fucking TikTok generation trying to find excuses to get out of work. Okay. That's what it is.
That's it. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't having this opinion of
another TikTok illness. This is ridiculous. I don't know what is going on with the generation that's come after us, but they have lost the plot. And I know it's not all of you. I've seen you in the comments section, but your generation, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if I want to say heading for disaster. They're lost. They should just call them the lost generation. They don't know what the fuck is time blindness. There's no such thing. It's called being irresponsible.
This is it. Just legitimately, gone are the days where people would actually just work hard and get on with their job and just do things normally. Like, everyone these days is just so entitled to just do whatever they want. And it's like, I've never grown up in a time where things have been like that. You know, you'd have to do the things you don't want to do, because sometimes that's just the way life is.
Yeah, that is the way. The problem is that you go online these days and you see these content creators who are making tons of money just from uploading videos, right? Yeah. And then you see people, I don't know, making OnlyFans videos, or you see people doing that weird shit on TikTok Live where they're getting gifts. And you see all these things where people are making money very quickly. And you're born into this generation where everything is online, everything is very fast and very quick.
Yeah.
And then you have to go into the workplace where things don't really work like that in real life. And because you never grew up with discipline, you never really went outside, you don't really understand the hardships that maybe the people that came before you went through. Suddenly you don't know what to do. And everything seems difficult. You start giving names to made up illnesses. It's not the first time we've seen this on TikTok.
Yeah.
Time blindness is not a thing. There's just people that are irresponsible and bad with time. It's called bad time management. Can't manage your time. I've got friends that do it all the time. We just called it black time. If what you're saying is true, black people suffer with time blindness. I hate to be a stereotype. Almost all of my black friends, if I tell them, sometimes I do this as well, let's go here at 6 o'clock, I know we're going to get there at 8.
With a lot of people that I know are not good with time, I will always tell them an hour before it's time to leave, that we're leaving at this time, so that you know they're getting there at the correct time. But with lateness, it's something that bothers me, because I think it just shows lack of respect for the other person.
Yeah, it's a complete lack of respect. You know, the thing is that I understand people can get to things late. It happens. You know, sometimes I'm late when I'm coming here, and sometimes I get here and you're still getting ready. Mm-hmm. It happens, but if you turn around to me and said, Mike, I have time blindness, I'd just be like, sorry,
Michael, I have time blindness.
Did you swallow stupid pills this morning? Mm-hmm. You don't. I would just cuss you out. That's a dumb thing to say. They give a label to everything these days. You're just irresponsible. You're bad with time. That's what it is. And the workplace the people telling you that you're not going to get a job with that mentality, you're not going to make it through university. They're not discriminating. They're basically telling you in a nice way that you're an idiot.
They're just telling you real life.
Yeah, you need to be on time
life.
to go to certain places.
The rules don't need to start changing now.
You know, I went to a Tekken tournament not too long ago, and they told everyone this is when the matches are starting, and this is when we expect the cutoff to be. So they give you a buffer. Tournaments are notorious for running late. So the expectation is if they tell you you're starting at 1:30, your match probably isn't going to be on until 2:30. And that's been like a running theme in fighting games. But if they told me we're starting at 1:30, am I going to get there at 2:30 or 1:30? I'm going to get there at 1:30 because that's the time they gave me. And then if they're late, I can speak to them and be like, look, how long are you going to be? They'll give me a time. We'll rearrange. You don't just assume. You get these dummies walking in going, oh, they disqualify them. And they're like, oh, what you disqualify? Why'd you disqualify me? Because it's 2:30, retard. Yeah. We said 1:30. But you run late all the time. Well, you assumed. And then they're sitting there acting entitled.
Time is the most important thing in life. Like we are all run by time, and it's like, so you're telling me, okay, the cinema is discriminating because they put on the film at the time the film was supposed to start because you had time blindness and couldn't get there for the time the film started, or the time the tube or the train leaves, you're not there on time. How dare they leave without me? I've got time blindness. Do you know what I mean? Like everything is run by time wherever you're going. If Beyonce is coming on stage, does she have to wait because you've got time blindness? I'm sure you'd be there on time, if not earlier. You're not losing track of time when you want to go see Beyonce.
It's priorities, isn't it?
It is priorities. And it's like, if
if
all of us in the world just say now we've got time blindness and workplaces have to be accommodating to that, no one's going to turn up to work on time. No jobs are going to get done properly. And everything's just going to be a shambles.
Yeah. And if you hear someone saying this stupid shit, please don't affirm them. There's no such thing. People make excuses for everything. For their bad behaviors, they blame it on star signs. They come up with illnesses that don't even affect a percentage of the population. 1%. You'll hear them saying, oh, I've got that. You don't. You're just an idiot. You don't have time blindness. There's no such thing. Wake her ass up at 6 a.m. if you need to travel and get there on time. The cinema, Tom Cruise ain't going to fly off the cliff at 8:45 for you. He's going to fly off it at 7 o'clock, like they said. The restaurant...
Are you giving more spoilers?
No, it's in the trailer. You're not going to watch it. You're not going to watch it. The restaurant is not going to change your reservations from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock because you decided that you want to get there a bit later. Your job is not going to change the time that you start work. Can you imagine getting an interview for a job, a big job, and your bullshit is, oh, I suffer from time blindness, and then you get upset when they're like, well, what are you supposed to do with someone that has time blindness anyway? If that's a real thing, exactly what am I supposed to do for you?
How are we going to catch a flight?
Yeah. Can you imagine, we book a flight to go somewhere as a group and your dumbass is there lagging behind? What, the whole group is meant to stay behind? No. Sort yourself out, man.
Hello, did you read this comment? So this is from one of our viewers, Ryan Philbrook. Mike, you are my boy, but I got to go with Sabi on this one. I am planning on watching Mission Impossible. You forced that spoiler on me because no way am I not going to finish a Midnight Rubbish video. Save the spoilers for the end.
Nah, bro. No.
How dare you? I told you as well.
No. Wait, what's
you
his
still
name?
continue to rattle on.
What's his name?
Ryan Philbrook.
Ryan Philbrook. Bro, come on, man. I said spoiler beforehand.
Yeah, but I said to you, no one's going to watch the video to the end because they don't know how long you're rambling on for.
But if I say spoiler, you don't just click it off at that point, right? All right, fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil you. But what I just said just now is not a spoiler. Everyone's seen him jump off the cliff. It's in every single trailer. It's even on his Instagram. They put that clip up before the film even came out. That's what the big selling point was. It's got like 10 million views on YouTube. I apologize. I don't want to ruin Mission Impossible for anyone. It was honestly a fantastic
but you already
film.
did now.
I'm sorry.
Imagine someone did that to you.
Yeah, I'd shoot you. What were we talking about?
Time blindness.
Yeah, time blindness. Yeah, I don't have much more to say, man.
Neither do I.
That's honestly, that's shocking. I hope somebody comments saying, Mike, Sab, that's not real. They're taking the piss. I hope.
She looked pretty serious to me.
It's hard to tell these days. There's so much BS online. You can't actually tell what's real and what's parody anymore.
And this is it. And then we react to things and people are like, oh, I can't believe you didn't know that was satire. Like, no, I didn't, because sometimes it's not. And you just...
No, sometimes we have to take the L. Sometimes.
Exactly. But it's like people can't come at us for just assuming things are real when the majority is real.
No, they can. They 100% can. It's our responsibility to look into them. I get that it's harder to decipher what is real and what isn't, but it's on us to look into it.
Whatever.
Look, this is a different. I'll take accountability for a fuck up. Sammy, what?